This is the last preliminary session for the day. How many of those of you went to the session, evaluate your reach, growing your chamber's capacity, by show of hands? I know it had to be more folk than that. I walked in the room and it was standing room only in that session. I know I just had the opportunity to walk into the session about engaging large-sized black-owned businesses in your community, and a couple things kind of jumped out at me. First one, the person that was leading that conversation was probably old enough to be my son. And I say that probably because I think I had a lot to do with him being on this board of directors. When I was in Phoenix, Arizona, I was the president of the Phoenix Chamber of Commerce. And without us truly understanding what was happening, there was a new group that was coming up. You see, in Phoenix, there's not a lot of African Americans that are born there. Most of us relocated there with good jobs and the ability to buy homes, send our kids to private school. The challenge that we had was it was a 3% African American population. Right. Most of that population was under the age of 45. They were all looking for something to do. And then out of the blue, the Urban League came up with the young professionals. And chambers felt intimidated. We felt like, oh my gosh, they have taken a segment of the market that we have lost. Not only did the Phoenix Chamber feel the punch, but chambers across the country felt the punch. Because you see, the average business owner that we were marketing to was a brick and mortar shop. It was a barber shop. It was a barbecue business. May have been a gift basket business. But very few of them were in the technology sector. But then the stats came out the last couple of years, and the fastest growing segment of new business owners were under the age of 40. You just heard John talk about the ability to be able to change our communities nationwide was through young Americans, young African Americans. So as I talk not only to the folk in this room, but understand I got to talk to my own board of directors. And for those of you that are on my board, you know that I have this conversation with you at least 3 or 4 times a year. How do we get young African Americans engaged? And I'll be honest, luckily I don't have a lot of my board members in here, but I get a little pushback. I'm kind of on the border because I had kids late, so my sons are both teenagers. 16 and 17, so they understand the latest hip-hop slang. I understand what's going on in their culture. But we need to do more than just understand their culture. We need to make sure that we're engaging them. So this afternoon, I asked 2 of the brightest chamber presidents that we have in reference to how do we engage young professionals.